Hello, Birgitta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that Swedish name properly or not, but that's good. I happen to be in the area. I'm in Doolin at the moment, and I wanted to come and experience the festival. So you might tell us your role. I know you're involved in a number of businesses here in Lisdoonvarna, but we'll talk specifically about the festival. So your role with that and what's going on over the next couple of days, so we can record it.
Yeah, so the Burren Slow Food Festival has been running for 14 years. I got inspired by slow food international movement in 2004 when there was a Terra Madre, an international conference in Turin, and Carlo Petrini, who's the person who started slow food movement, he spoke, and there was lots of people from all over the world at this event. So I got inspired by the passion about food, and food, good, clean and fair are the three words that the slow food movements have, which is good produce, produced in a clean way so that it doesn't harm the environment, and also giving a fair price to the producer. Okay,
there's a lot of talk, and maybe that's just the question of language and interpretation. There's a lot of talk about maybe shortening the gap between where food is produced to the table. Is that part of the slow?
Absolutely, local produce, and that's what we've been about in our own business in the Burren Smokehouse all the time. So it just makes sense. For me, it was like, yes, this is the movement, this is philosophy that I really want to attach to, and I've always had. But, you know, it was more that it was spelt out as philosophy, and also being an international movement. So I wanted to showcase with the Slow Food Festival, together with some other producers and chefs in the area, I wanted to showcase the beautiful products here that we have in Clare and the Burren, and combine it with people that come in with special interest, or being chefs from the area or chefs from outside the area. Showcasing how to work with different products.
I see some of your events are already booked up. I think the trip tonight is gone. I think it's overbooked, and I think the banquet tomorrow, which I think you're hosting in
the Burren Storehouse. Yes. Yeah, so I mean it is a small festival, but you know, it is growing. So I suppose we'll have to allow for that maybe next year a bit more. But it is going to be an amazing event, both the trip out to the islands, and we want to engage as well with other areas. So you know,
I'm a big fan of the islands, but I spend a lot of my time on the islands. I have a personal life plan to see all of Ireland's west of Ireland. I think I'm up to 18 islands, but I keep getting stuck at Inish here. I keep going back to Inish for some reason, and I'm writing, and it just is very conducive to that. Now, the Burren itself must be part of the brand, if I can call it that, because of that natural, heritage status it has. It's part of the concept.
It's a UNESCO status that the Burren and Moher Geopark has. So it's a geopark, and then around the geopark we built up, and this is after we started the Slow Food Festival. All this happened. That that sustainability, Burren Ecotourism Network. It's all about sustainability, so people can come here, visit the area, and feel that they don't harm the area or that do minimal impact on the area that they're visiting, because they would visit people that make sure that try to use less energy, not use so much waste, or think about it, care about it, and also reduce the water that is being produced for the experiences that
I suppose food is one dimension of, I suppose, a sustainable community, if you go very broad like that. Energy is mentioned, and waste.
And I mean, it's like when you produce food, you have to use energy, or even in the hotels, bed and breakfast, or hostels that you're visiting, they're also part of it, or restaurants, or chefs, or the concept is there that we do care, and we want to make a difference, and we want to buy locally, because that's also sustainability of economic sustainability, but also a sustainability for the area to be financially viable. Is that you use the services that are there. So it has also many.
Can I bridge just to one side question? But I think it's something that's near and dear to my heart. I travel from West Cork through to Mayo and Donegal all the time, and the islands. Where do you see rural development? There's a lot of discussion now. Post offices being put. I don't want to get into political discussion, but the effect on post offices, the effect of banks, the effect of
the fact that we have I came here back in the 80s and landed in the middle of nowhere, but because of tourism, and the Cliffs of Moher, it's the centre of the universe. So we built our business totally around food tourism, and that is great for rural development. The whole Wild Atlantic Way have brought a different aspect to it. So all these supports that we get from the agencies, the Fort Ireland, Tourism Ireland, and Bodbia and the Bodish Gamara, and all this together with food and tourism, that is the way forward for the rural community. You know, the farming needs to be supported too, and if you can sell, if you're a small producer, you can actually sell it directly to consumer. You can hold your margins. You can create something really good, care for it, and sell it at a reasonable price for the quality.
I'm just giving just a little plug here. I happen to be in Super Value. I know it's a retail chain and all that, but it's handling lots of local produce, which is great to see on the show. And for the first time, I saw the amount of plastic wrapping that I was actually buying as a consumer around bananas and fruit and apples and so on. And there was at the checkout, I said, is it okay if I don't take these plastics? I've never said that before in my life, but I'm seeing so much plastics in our environment. And the person was prepared for that in a Steinman.
Fantastic.
And she said, absolutely, that's our policy. What would you like to leave with us? And she helped me unpack. Well, that was wonderful. And it's on your doorstep, of course, here as well. And to see that in such a way that you're not debating it with the retailer. The retailer,
they have an understanding of it, which is fantastic. And it takes time to build that sustainability. It takes time also for consumers to, it's a kind of a two-way thing, because consumers has to lead the way, but they also, what they buy is instrumental.
That's correct.
Because it's not only about the retailer providing, because they're also, consumers are so much part of what they want. And
I suppose that experience at a very small level, tiny in terms of the overall thing, but it kind of shows that as a consumer, I can put a vote into the process. Because if that is cumulative across a large number of people, the retailer is going to say, well, we're getting increasingly your plastic packaging returned to us, so we don't need it anymore, and it gets pushed back. And that's, I think, what has to, as you said, has to happen.
Well, also it's like kind of, okay, well, actually we can, from a retail point of view, say, well, most people actually don't want the packaging, so we're only wasting our time. We're better off doing a deal with loose fruit, or even make a statement that we don't do, we don't sell our products in packaged, package of 6, or maybe you can pick a package of 6 and say, okay, that is, it's a choice.
Right. One thing, because I don't want to hold too long, I know you've got a very busy weekend coming up. Just a little bit to the future, because it's always good to look a little bit to the future. What's the next step up, do you think? Burren and the slow food and the food trail here has moved quite along, is almost established as a benchmark now. Do you think there's a step up coming from where you are right now?
You have to continue on the work that is being done. In a way, it's only started, and to keep that, also to keep the brand alive and keep it going and growing it to the next level. That is a challenge. We've only started, really, and there's so many opportunities. Every year, we think up new things, and now there's a lot of work being done voluntary, in this organisation. Like slow food is completely voluntary. It's down to people what they feel like. So you need to keep that momentum going, and also you need to maybe allow different people to hold that flag, and then another person. It takes a lot of energy to work with this. So it's really important to keep the movement going. You need to have the inspiration. You have to have people with energy and people that will make sure to keep it going. So continuity is not easy. It's easy to do something new and fresh, and to keep it continuously and keep that movement going, that is a challenge.
I'm seeing to a certain extent what's happening maybe with the stripping away of some services, public services. I spend a lot of time on the Loop Head now down in Glenstep. Relatives of mine own the gallery down there, Kilbahar Gallery, and they've done a wonderful job of pulling the customer away from Kilkee, which was the stopping point. And literally today we're turning around to go to the next village, is Carrickholt, which is had recently had a festival, but then on again to Kilbahar, and then on again to the Lighthouse. They've just, I think as a community, the point you mentioned, that's another example of a community working together.
Working together, and that is the way forward. You have to do that. Even people that have, you might have differences, because that does happen in movements and people gathering together. But you kind of have to leave that differences to the side and just know that this is for the good of the
common vision,
region, or for us together. But it can be challenging to keep that energy going all the time, so you have to reinvent, and you have to be mindful of how you work
exactly. Yeah. Well, very good. Look, I don't want to hold much time, and with the best of luck this weekend. It looks like it's been a packed schedule. I'm going to try to get to some of the things, and even though some of the events are already booked out, but
the core, it's really only the evening events that are booked out. Yeah, there's lots of space for there's fantastic cooker illustration from some fantastic people.
I'm going to see that. Yeah.
So we have Bill Schindler. He's here for a year, working as he's an archaeologist, and he works very much with food and food production, and also going back to.
Yes, I saw him on the schedule.
He's going to be on at 12 o'clock. He's kicking off the festival, and then you have Niall Sabonga coming. Yeah. He has these restaurants up in Dublin with kind of oyster bars.
Oh yes.
And again, he's very much into seafood.
Great.
He'll be showcasing together with the oyster producer.
There's a seaweed piece. I'd love to. I'm very interested in the whole idea, of course, of what's off our shores with the island. There's a seaweed piece as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Okay. So Una Dwyer is going to do. She's a forager. She's working in the Burren Food Trail and the Burren Tourist Network, and she will do a talk and demo on Sunday just after Kevin Thornton.
Great.
So Kevin Thornton.
Lots of things to do. So I'm just going to make a point out. If you're in the area, those workshops are open, and people don't have to pre-register. They can just show up with those.
You can show up, and you have a fantastic farmers market with local produce, and there's lots of food to go as well. So you can come and have your lunch there. Come hungry, leave full of.
The schedule is on social media. I think it's on burn.ie, I believe. The schedule is.
Yeah, there's burn.ie and then slowfoodclare.com
Great stuff.
as well. Slowfoodclare.com is our main one, and burn.ie is also very good for.
Good stuff. So people can look up the details there. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time. I know you're a busy person with your normal businesses, but on top of that, you got the weekend festival. So thanks a lot for taking time to talk.
Thank you very much.